I'm about to have the room cleaned, but I just want to show you what I got with Venmo. And it's just like a block away. Chips. Tapatio, my favorite. I love hot everything. Microwave, refrigerator, TV. And so, a Hot Pocket. Water. Another water. This is chips and salsa. And this is Genoa supporting Queen Elizabeth and her family. Supporting the government. And so Christian Infinity Artists, 20-year, full-time supermodels, talent, and producers who are bi-coastal, international, stuck to an agency rate and an agency contract where they followed through and they're a person of their word, and it's biblical, where they did not have an image before God. And they've been LA, New York based. LA, New York based. And they're lingerie models for print, commercials, the hot girl role, the speaking line to a celebrity. And they support the government. They never worshiped money or any idols. And God gave them the most desired blessing to book the jobs out of 140,000 people each week for 20 years. For every division. And it's international, where they earned the passive income in sales. And God kept them alive with each job, paying them. And somehow they survived. But they were screwed over by all charities who would have paid them as a third-party perspective, knowing that their local church get charities through their families, and they're not compared to any other job. So it's a priority to pay direct deposits. Venmo works, PayPal. They can get the cash out with a card sent to their parents' address, but they can have support with a policeman to get that Venmo card sent to their address, and my car insurance when I sold my car. So they have that in my name, so they can get the check, and they can just support them to get their suitcase full of pictures and support their 20-year magazine they earned, where anyone could have gotten the photos for that first 7 years, but they just kept on going, and they were the most supported, and they're the most blessed on the earth, supporting the government. God is rewinding the clock back 20 years to my mind and body, and healing and blessing the top percentage. They're all controlled in the spirit to pay them according to federal law, through me, through Ford, and Innovative. Brittany Tranquino experienced bank fraud. It's really important to understand that she called the bank and they asserted the money that was in her account, and then the money was stolen, and it didn't work out of Nordstrom. And so this happened on multiple occasions. This is because the anti-slave trade models were replaced by slave trade brand employees. It's really important to enforce justice for her life as a referral for the anti-slave trade models, talent, producers, full-time artist teams. They're the most successful in the world, being LA, New York, bi-coastal, international, LA, New York based for 20 years. As full-time agency contract, supermodels, talent, and producers, without an image before God, who followed through with an agency rate, with the most amount of professional anti-slave trade jobs. Brittany supported Nordstrom, and she did their billboard, their runway show in her 20s. the e-commerce, the foreign catalogs for all major department stores, Neiman Marcus, Bloomingdale's, Nordstrom. And then it's the blogging with her magazine. She's styled for the schools and always bought from Nordstrom, city to suburbia. And out of the one out of LA, they returned the clothes and supported her to buy underwear and bras. It's really important to understand she had the money from her catalogs in order to fund this magazine that's anti-slave trade. So she had the money in her bank account, and they asserted that the $200 was in her bank. Then they stole the money from the bank, from her bank card, when she tried to use it. And then her mom added $260. Then they stole it again. They stole her checks from Ernest Sohn, DID, Tammy's Line, Seaweed Denim. Tammy's Line allegedly in Target, and it's Seaweed Denim's assistant. She did her yoga line. And so it's really important she's paid for those 20 jobs. Then she prayed and booked 20 more jobs with Sammy's camera, but it would have to be paid the same day and the agency rate. They would have to pay for canceling her card and for canceling her runway show, where she booked French lingerie runway show in Woodland Hills, and it was canceled due to them stealing the money from her bank. And then, once she was paid the checks from selling her car, it was more bank fraud, where they stole the money with a new bank account. And they did it again with all these charges, and it's because of apps and errors with employees in slave trade. So it was affirmed that it was multiple miscellaneous charges, and it is that much, where she only spent the $2,700 out of $4,500. And so it's really important to understand she returned $600 after that, but they would have to be able to clear it. The top percentage said they are comping everything back, and they're paying the money back. They're supporting her when her checks were stolen from all her jobs. Every client broke the law, and they owe the money according to federal law. They cannot say that they would ever hang out with any family, anyone, without being paid direct deposits. To have gift cards for their bank account and be supported with a bank account. But Brittany has an active bank account which works with US Bank, and they would have to be able to pay gift cards temporarily as they work out the fraudulent activity from each individual employer and their employees. Brittany proved everything with every detail completely asserted. Please pay direct deposits as a charity and believe in $2,000 per $10,000, $1,000 per $5,000. As she is owed the $80,000 per job for 2,500 jobs. She earned the $1 million a year for print, commercials, theatrical, real estate runway, and business blogging. The highest paid 20-year supermodel talent and producer. As a referral for the highest paid ones who earned the $150 million, $75 for blogging. As full-time, godly, Christian producers for campaigns, commercials, theatrical, just like Brittany. The highest paid Jesus follower, motion picture cinematographers who shot campaigns, commercials, theatrical, and the blogging, just like Brittany. She's the referral for the highest paid influencers, but also celebrity sales.